And there we go, I had some extra time today where I hope to have some extra times like 12 o'clock, well, you know, AM and all. But we're moving forwards to mission number 8, Pronto. So, mission log, day 60, contingency has failed. Captain Rudenko retains with the fleet and the Catriana is functional due to interference by Colonel Edwards. Hector still deciphering something language or Scythe language. Please advise message end. Do we get some new toys to play around with? No, doesn't look like it. But do we get some more parts to use in that case? Yes, we do. So in that case, I'm gonna see what else we have. Guess I'll just buy another one of these modules just for the sake of it, really. And yeah, there's not too much we can have there, so that's rather unfortunate. And I think we can put Rudenko back over here on the mission roster, so we will. And once again,
Hector has designated the region around the fusion signal the Cladius Sphere, an area of diluted matter. There seems to be a heavy alien presence in the sector en route. If Hector can't translate the Scythe language soon, we may be in for a big fight.
Short cutscene that time. Right, in this case, oh, it's titled Revolutions, the mission title.
Mission update. Plotting course to Cladius Sphere.
Size
Yeah,
detected.
really hope
The
it's,
weapons are active. They're attacking their own colony.
oh,
Hector, how's that Scythe translation coming?
I am sorry, Commander. We still lack a context to derive a proto-language for translation.
Maybe we can steer clear. Hector, lay out mission parameters.
Opposing Scythe factions are fighting in this region. Recommend avoid engaging large enemy forces unless absolutely necessary. Plotting recommended course. The wormhole to the Cladius Sphere is located in Sector 5. However, the route is blocked for our carriers. We should move our fleet to Sector 4. From there, we can send smaller ships through the wormholes to Sector 5 and unlock the warp gates there to allow our carriers passage. An alternate route via Sector 3 is available, but not recommended due to heavy Scythe activity.
so there's a safe way and a difficult way to do this mission. In that case, guess what we're gonna go with this. You guys probably already know. We're gonna go to sector number 3, and we're just going to try to drive the fleet through, because, you know, well, that's how I do things. Yeah, in that regards,
Get that language translated.
here's what I think we'll
We
do.
have permission to return fire if they move on us.
The priority is for us to get through. Use your discretion, Colonel.
So I think what we can do here is, what is this? The Tritium is an alternative mode of the Kraken. Although their range is limited, they possess a number of offensive abilities. Alright, so we get introduced to a new unit. These two forces are gonna brawl it out. We should probably move sooner than later, but I'm going to try to grab these optional bits and bobs just right here.
New items discovered.
Fair enough, these guys are gonna fight it out. We should probably wait until... Ooh. Yeah, because that is quite the heavy fleet.
Rover constructed.
But alternatively, we might be able to drive the fleet just right through.
New discovery.
You know what, actually, I think we'll take the safer route in this case, because that is quite the large fleet that I don't want to deal with. So in that case, we'll get our guys to go to Sector 3, check out what is here. And my oh man, would you look at this? There are only turrets inside this region. So in that case, we'll get our guys to pull forwards, we'll get the Catriana to put up a big old shield for everyone. To not necessarily sit under, but to go under. And we'll just get them to steamboat forwards. What is over here? Some interdictors, some artillery turrets. That is not good news. Yeah, we'll just get these guys to go right through, or as best as they can.
These sides are far more aggressive than the last ones. Eliminate this wave and move out. They can fight amongst themselves.
No, we're taking quite a lot of damage here, which is rather unfortunate. So I think we really do need to take care of some of these guys right here. I can't really remember at this point if sites were really good at dealing with smaller targets. No, they're actually not. In that case, I think we'll just get whatever's currently on the field to currently do their things.
Rover lost.
Do need some more rovers soon enough.
Rover constructed. Piranha lost. Rover constructed.
Alright, there we go. Guess we'll build a few defenses inside this area right over here to keep back some of these other ships. We'll get the rest to move forwards.
Not enough energy.
And there, we're starting to make some decent progress. Right, so now we're just at the boundary to Sector 3. Once we're in Sector 3, we won't have the support we won't have the big ships to deal with a whole bunch of the stuff coming down. So with that kept in mind, we'll have to double down on producing smaller stuff. So we'll see what we'll see what we can do there. But I'm not a fan of smaller ships, as you might imagine. So with that said, let's see. This area actually, it looks pretty clear, which is the nice thing. But I think there's also, yeah, there's supposed to be another wormhole right over here that leads to Sector 3. In that case, what I think I'll do, instead of going to, like, how the mission wants us to do, and to go through, say, like, the tiny, low-mass wormholes, what I think I'll do is we'll save the, we'll make a new save for the game right here. So mission 8000. We'll capture the 2 station points right here just because they give some pretty good resources. And I'm just gonna get the entirety of the fleet to honestly just move on. Yeah, so they're gonna put some pressure from the rear over here. That's fine. But we'll capture these areas. Probably shouldn't have captured this one over here because we don't honestly need it. But we'll farm them for the resources and do some of the research here shortly. Damn, they really should have put better pathing for these units. Wow, that is actually funny. Just bouncing off the walls over here.
Not enough energy.
But what I want to do is that I want to unlock, yeah, Tech 3.
Not enough energy.
And then grab out a few of those Centurions because they seem pretty good at dealing with small and light units, and that's what I'm seeing a lot of from them. So there we go, we can unlock that.
Not enough energy.
And we'll be able to pump those out shortly. So there.
Station lost. Your unit has temporarily been disabled.
Yeah, that one unit really needs to learn to go around those buildings. That is very annoying. But they're in force now, so that's nice. And there we go. So we've gone through the area. Which wormhole do we need to go through now to get to sector? Let's see.
Temporarily been disabled.
It's the next sector. I see.
Temporarily disabled. Unit temporarily disabled.
Oh, actually, well, no. Yeah, Sector 3's wormhole doesn't actually seem to be up, which is strange. So then in that case, I'll just pull my guys back, seeing as how either way it looks like... Yeah, there's no shortcut here.
Sensors offline.
So that really sucks. In that case, we really do need to do their recommended route. So this is going to be a pain in the butt. In that case, we can only send small ships in, no capitals. What should we send in that regards then? What should we send in that terms? Because we'll need the rovers for sure. I guess we'll start building some invaders. Because there's a good chance that the rovers should be able to get, like, yeah, they should be able to take care of each other. For doing, yeah, building damage and against small things. In that case, we might want to put a Corsair with them, maybe? Well, no, not a Corsair, but maybe a Patriot to deal with large targets then. But I guess we'll see shortly, because like these rovers can, of course, just mutually heal each other, which is really, really nice. Let's get these guys really close up.
Invader constructed.
And the invaders can deal with the extra large and large. So that's not bad. And right, we're supposed to activate that.
PRC con buoy behind enemy lines.
Wait, you're in contact with the PRC? Why wasn't I informed?
The board prefers to remain anonymous, Doctor. but if you would allow me a ship to investigate the buoy, perhaps the findings could improve our situation.
And oh. Let's see, what is this? Huh, he's going for something all on his own over there. Right, in that case I think we do indeed have to help him out. It looks like he's just gonna scan this, yeah, I'm not really sure what his ship is doing. It's not exactly good for us, so... let's grab 2 of these invaders, send them in like that. I'll see what I can do about rushing some of our lovely logistic rovers to help out this secondary objectives. More or less because I'm under the impression that you can indeed actually lose your commanders, and with that said, you lose their officer abilities, which obviously isn't something I want to happen.
Your unit has temporarily been disabled.
And yeah, with that said, hopefully I'll be able to keep perhaps the Trojan alive here, get rid of some of these structures.
Unit temporarily disabled.
And how is this ship doing?
Your unit has temporarily been disabled. Unit temporarily disabled.
Oh, this ship is going down fast. Didn't realize that.
Your unit has
Yeah,
temporarily
that is not good.
been disabled.
I'll try and see whether or not... yeah, this actually does work. So it's good. It's not like those convoy T-cell things where it's like my abilities don't work on them.
Now. I see. Apologies, Commander. There's nothing here I can divulge at this time.
What? You got a lot of nerve, Runner.
Try to remember who's funding this expedition, Doctor.
Well, I guess we don't owe you one any longer, Commissioner.
And what is this? Trojan are a dedicated support vessel. They can protect nearby forces with force fields, remove negative effects, paint targets, and even disable swarms of enemies, keep them out of direct
Your unit
fire.
has temporarily
So I guess this is one of the things that we unlock?
Unit temporarily disabled.
Alright, so that's quite nice in there. And that should open up another gate. We'll get our big ships to move and enter Sector 5. And this will be once more quite the fast mission compared to what we've seen previously. And our small ships are doing quite a nice job in finishing things off. Get one of these actual support ships. So system reboot removes negative effects such as EMP from target unit. They can also put bound force fields. So that is, oh, by far the most useful function from them in my opinion. And what else do they have? They have that paint target ability where spotter laser lowers targets' defense and speed. Bah. That one's not that great. Alright, let's get these guys through. Get them shielded too. And now wormhole through Sector 5 is over here. Yeah, this is not going to be fun. We're going to have to get the back of the fleet here to run through the gauntlet. I think we might have to do this. We'll have to shield all of them. And yeah, I want the Ulysses to go first, so that it can disable all the stuff in between. But I wanted to hover around the exit over here, so that in the event that we need to, it can put down its force field.
Ulysses 2 is taking heavy damage.
And there, they can walk through the field damage there. Just like that. And there. Capital ships are through. Abilities will probably need some time in charging. But I think now that the rovers are back with the fleet, that should be a non-issue. And now, taking a look at the turret swarm over here. Holy crap. A lot of turrets. Not a lot of them are not necessarily defenders, mind you, but the artillery ones, so that should make things slightly easier.
Invader lost. Invader lost.
Actually, we might not have to deal with these turrets at all. I see. In this case, this also works. So the other guy's just to drive straight on in.
We're clear.
And there we go.
To the power source. Set coordinates to the sphere.
Wow. So I mean, after the first few missions, at least the game moves pretty fastly, so that's good. And that one was, yeah, only 18 minutes, so I think we'll do a bit of a quick break and do this mission. Do 4 missions in one go, wow.